What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Look what I done did, boy. I done showed up way before midnight. Well, I can't wait till a couple of y'all show up so I can flex, so I can brag on this, boy. I done made it in here long before midnight on a Friday night. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm not used to being in here this early of the night, in the night. But nevertheless, we're here. This will be an open topic. So uh, this will give y'all an opportunity for all the stuff y'all was trying to ask me last week when I had a topic. This will give y'all an opportunity to ask those questions. Okay, let's go on and break the rules down because we got one like. We got one thumbs up so far out of the people that's coming in, and we got OGs in here. So somebody ain't clicking the like button. Click that thumbs up when y'all come in, fam. And the less I have to mention that, the greater my concentration can be. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who comes through. Your time is very valuable. And trust me, I don't take it for granted. Doesn't matter if it's 20 of y'all in here or whatever. You know, I love who love me. So I appreciate the time y'all take to come hang out with your big brother for a little while. All right, man. We'll get into it. This is an open topic for those who know, and for those who don't know, open topic is just that. The title is self-explanatory. That means anything y'all may have on y'all mind to ask me, feel free to ask me. Any comments y'all want to make, feel free. The only rules is that everything we do in here will be done under the umbrella of respect and maturity. You know, we don't tolerate grown adults acting like children in here. So that's it. Follow those rules. Should be easy to follow. We should have no issue. We should have no problems. But let's get it on, man. I got to do a couple announcements before we get going. December 13th, your big brother and the South Park Coalition will be in Austin, Texas. December 13th, which is a couple of weeks from now. We'll be in the great city of Austin, Texas. You know, y'all know how I feel about Austin, Texas, man. And we'll be performing live at Flamingo Cantina. I'm putting the info in there right now so y'all can come check us out. If you're in Austin or anywhere close by, be sure to come check the concert out. Come check the concert out. It'll be myself. It'll be Point Blank, Klondike Cat, Mr. Cap. You never know who else might come through and bless us with their presence. Hey, everybody that's coming in, y'all click the like button for your brother as y'all come into the room. As you come into the room, click that like button for your big brother. I would greatly appreciate that. If you don't mind. Would you mind clicking the thumbs up for your big brother before I lose my mind? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna leave y'all alone about that. But here we go. LW says, time for me to bring up Reed Shepard again. Gotta give him credit. Never let it be said. Look, I'm not one of them people who won't give credit where it's due. That's just not how I'm built. Now, if you ain't deserving of the credit, I'm gonna roast you into oblivion. But as it relates to Reed Shepard this year, so far, can't say nothing but great things. I can't even say good things. Can't say nothing but great things about the way Reed Shepherd has been playing. Whether he's starting or whether he's coming off the bench, it don't even matter. The dude is hooping flat out. Now, the only little thing I can throw in there is, can it sustain? Because if it does, it takes the Rockets up another little notch. I'm a realist. I love, I love my team, but I still don't think we're better than OKC. OKC they just seem impenetrable. And they just got Jalen Williams back, man. They second best player back. I mean, they were 18-1 without him. So I just don't think we're that good yet. And I think Denver is a little better than we are too. But I think we're the third best team in the West. And we did whoop the Warriors the other night. But it's always a good moment when we beat the Golden State Warriors. And I was so mad because I'm like, man, we're going to lose these dudes again. But Reed Shepherd saved the day. I give credit where it's due. I don't have a hating bone in my body. Now, when you see me going in, they deserved it. But when somebody's doing well, I give them credit for it. And Reed Shepherd is playing great basketball. Because y'all know me, I've been on his head like a do-rag. Dookie Badass says, Big Brother K, I've been jamming that What You Don't Say the last 2 days. Just discovered that. I need to make an updated version of that, huh? Yeah. But this is an open topic, y'all, so feel free. Let's get it on, man. My time in this chat on this live will be based on how well y'all feed me. Yeah. Light Shadow, I see you. The Hood Smokers Podcast. One love from Detroit. Much love to Detroit. D. Lee says, how did the Rakim and Common thing go? I don't know what you're talking about. The Rakim and Common thing. What happened with Rakim and Common? You're gonna have to enlighten me on that one. Yep. I see my homie Rekka is in the building. What's up, my brother? Rick Tim said Reed is getting better for sure, getting more comfy out there. Yeah. He still got some deficiencies, but that comes with the territory. His ball handling is still a little suspect against pressure, and his defense is terrible. But if you can get buckets like that, we can cover for you. Allen Iverson wasn't a great on-ball defender, but they put defenders around him, and that covered him. I ain't saying Reed is no Allen Iverson. I'm not saying that. But yeah. All right, y'all. Let me see what we got. Lester says Cowboys knocking off Super Bowl champs. That defense coming together. Meaning what? What does that mean? Because all them Cowboy fans, Lester, y'all know how y'all are. Y'all get to thinking these 2 wins mean y'all gonna win the Super Bowl. Kansas City is clearly not the team they used to be. Kansas City is not the same Chiefs that we last 5 years or so, 5, 6, however many years they've been up. And something's wrong with Philly too, because Philly lost to Chicago. Was that tonight? So football is the kind of sport to where you can win the Super Bowl and you can be in the Super Bowl last year, and the very next year you just trash. It's like then a team that was at the bottom, they can shoot to the top. It's like that's the one sport where 1 year they just turn it all around. Light Shadow says, "Do you still make beats?" Man, that's been an interesting conversation going on today because I was talking to my homie Tragic out in Canada today, and he just mentioned randomly about my beat making days. So I don't know why the conversations about me making beats are starting to resurface. But no, I haven't made beats in years. I haven't did any tracks in years, man. So I don't know the way y'all bringing it up. Maybe it's meant to jump back on there. And look, and Dookie asked the same question: do you do your own production? Why is everybody asking me about my production today? What's going on? What's going on in the universe? Should I make a beat? Do I need to make a beat or something? I used to do all of my own production in the early days. Then it just became something that I didn't want to do as much. And I had great producers around me, but now I haven't produced in years, man. Literally years. Yeah. Okay. Is that etheric earrings? All love and respect to you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I'm trying to always bring the truth. Learning along the way. God is great. Jerry Rico, I see you. How? Wow, you went way back with the aggravated. Yeah. Aggravated, most hated. Angel Gomez. What's up, Angel? I see you, my brother. I see you. It's an open topic, y'all. Rick said he played in Arrowhead. Wow, that's cool. Arrowhead been around a long time. They haven't got a new stadium in forever. They've been playing at Arrowhead, I think, since I was a little kid. A little child, rather. I'm trying to stop saying kid. The original Boss Lady. You know, Boss Lady, I don't celebrate those days. I don't celebrate none of these so-called holidays, these holidays. But I appreciate you asking. Tyler Morton, what are your thoughts on Charlie Kirk? I have no thoughts at all. Lucas says, I have your name imprinted on my gown. What do you mean? South Africa. Okay, you got a royal majestic gown. I'm thinking, I'm like, what kind of gown? Much love to you, Lucas. I appreciate that. South Africa, man. Always get big love from South Africa. Can't wait to come out there and perform for y'all one day. Etheric says you should make one track with a beat you collab on, at least. I got a bunch of tracks. What do you mean? I got a bunch of tracks for me that I produced, if that's what you're saying. Yeah. Rick says, when was the last time you hooped? I hooped Wednesday. I'm out there 3-4 days a week now. Yeah. And I do play in the New Fate League. We off this week, but I am currently in the New Fate League. And it's like a 40, it's 40 and up. So you get a good mixture. Ethan says, speaking of that, K, you ever heard of a rapper, Woody? You should check him out. Wrote and produced all this music. Bay Area legend. Okay. Big love to Woody. Yep. Record just mentioned the Underground Dialogue podcast. I really want y'all to check out all the episodes, but I really want y'all to check out this week's episode that we just did, the most recent one with Lester Roy, one the original Swisher House member. Um, Gave a really, really in-depth perspective on his time and his years in the Swisher House, his relationship with the whole Swisher House camp. And he didn't hold nothing back. He spoke his words. He spoke his history, and y'all really can learn a lot of history from watching the interview. So, for those who might be in here who didn't even know that we do a podcast, and for those who've been on for years, the last 2 years since we do it, y'all just don't watch it. That's the that's the information right there. Yeah. L Dogs is in the building. Casual P says, "Man, K, you killed me when you stated you were going to drop a new album, and when I see something that looked like it, I was trying to pass as just that, and I found out I was singing along." Oh well, see, this is what's happening. People have gotten the project that my homie Six put out. Six is a producer from Europe, and he produced a lot of tracks for me over the years. So he took all the tracks that he's done for me over the years and put them into a compilation, put them and released them as a project. Um, Rightfully so. So a lot of people saw that and they thought that it was my new solo album, which it wasn't. I never said that it was. If you've been on this channel for the longest, literally for months, because I kept pushing the album back. Everybody who's been tuning in, they know that the name of my album that's coming out is called The Industry. So if you don't see that, then you know that's not the actual solo. But I still encourage people to support my homie Six in the project that he released, because he's releasing the stuff that he produced, a lot of songs that a lot of my diehards are familiar with. So, but no, the name of the album I'm currently working on right now, and that is coming out. A lot of people are like, man, it's taking too long, man. But it's called The Industry. And I just put it down there. So when you see that, that's when you know that the new solo is dropping. But still go support the homie Six. And I'm glad y'all did. Yeah, yeah. Dookie said, "Boss Lady needs to listen to Grand Deception." Yeah, Boss Lady know I don't celebrate them holidays. Those so-called holidays. You know I don't celebrate that stuff. But we should always still encourage and wish everybody a happy whatever day. Because even if they wishing you a happy Thanksgiving, some people may not know. They say Merry Christmas. Some people don't know. They're still wishing you a blessed day in general. They're just putting all of the other stuff on because they don't know, you know. So we appreciate any day that somebody shows love. Yeah. Well, no, casual. It's not that it's that's the best way I can explain. It's not that it's recycled. Like I said, he produced those songs. Every song that's on those projects, a song he did. So he just took it upon himself to say, I want to just put all the songs I've done that he's done for me over the years. I want to just consolidate them into one project and release it. He wasn't trying to pass nothing over on nobody, or make it seem like me or him was trying to just slide something out there that wasn't authentic. It's all authentic, but it was just collaborations that me and him have done over the years. So it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Lucas says, please come to South Africa and perform. I have introduced your music to all my homies, including my 76-year-old mom. Salute the mom. Blesses the mom. She loves your music. Oh, man, I appreciate that. Tower of Sadness and Rain and Wind is her favorite. Wow. Tell your mother, please tell your mother that I appreciate that. Show her this and tell her that I appreciate that. Yeah, man, as soon as I get a plug, I love to come to South Africa. So many people hit me up from South Africa all the time, man. But I don't have no connect. I don't have no promoters that can plug me in out there, you know. So whenever that happens, I'll be on my way. Lester says, I've been called Lester Roy too many times to count. He's the most famous Lester. Well, good thing you weren't around back in the early days of H-Town, because we had an OG named Lester Sir Pace. Still around, still active, still doing his thing. Lester Sir Pace, one of the greats to come out the city. Rap, the radio. First person to put me on the radio. You know, so yeah, we had Lester Sir Pace. Then years later, we got Lester Roy. We had Willie Tyler and Lester. Bunch of famous Lesters, man. We had a famous football player play for the Oakland Raiders. His name was Lester Hayes. There's a bunch of Lesters done came through here, man. So, yeah. Codeine. What's going on, my brother? That's right, Codeine. The new solo album is The Industry, The End Us Tree. Yep. Appreciate that, Etheric. Physical copies will be available, Ethan. It's not done yet. The album's not out yet. We're not completed yet. We're almost there, though. But yeah, but you know me. Of course, I'm coming with the physicals. I'm coming with the physicals because the digitals ain't paying us no residuals. I'm coming with the physicals because the digitals don't make us no residuals. Look, everybody watching this that would like to be on the contact list for the new album and any projects we got going, bang, that's my email. Send me email. I've been loading these emails up every week. I don't know about vinyl, Boss Lady. Vinyl just take too freaking long. Who knows? Maybe. I would have to see if that album dropped tomorrow, it would be way April or June before the vinyl come in. Vinyl just takes too long to press for some reason. And I hate that. It takes too long. Yeah, it's crazy. Like Shadow says, if you can wave a magic wand and change anything about our world today, what would it be? I would just make it to where when I wave that wand, everybody will fall in love with doing God's will. Just all around the world, just whoop. And all our minds would align with what God wants. That would cover everything else. That would cover poverty. That would cover sickness. That would cover deceit and murder and crime. It would cover all that. Yeah. Yeah, if they got a quicker way they got a quicker turnaround on vinyl, somebody please enlighten me. This is ridiculous. Yep. Open topic tonight, y'all. So I'm on early, so this feels kind of weird to be on this early. Maybe the late night, maybe the late night is the actual more ideal time for my live streams because it is what it is. When that T-shirt coming, I'm hyped. Yeah, we're gonna have shirts. We'll have all that. We'll print out some more shirts that y'all don't buy. How many of you have already ordered the Annihilation the Evil Machine comic book? How many of you did not know that that was a comic book? The Annihilation of the Evil Machine comic book. I know the homie Codeine. I know Codeine was on it. But some of y'all may not have known that we had a new comic book dropping called Annihilation of the Evil Machine. Uh, you can go to martialartsproductions.space. I just put it down there and order the comic book. You can get individual book or you can get the whole box. Yeah. Light Shadow says, I would wave the wand and get rid of streaming and social media. Diabolical, but necessary. Definitely streaming. I keep social media around. That way, once streaming is gone and we get these physical copies back being the only thing like it used to be, we can promote it on social media. Social media is not bad or good. It's the person who's using it. That's what it boils down to. So when social media lands in the wrong hands, when technology lands in the wrong hands, then that's when it becomes problematic because of the usage of it, not the actual tool itself. Spikey says, I want that white sweater from the Underground Dialogue. So that's going to be my next purchase. Yeah, we sell those hoodies. We got the Underground Dialogue hoodies. We've been had those up for sale. Like I say, that's why I don't do a lot of merch, because y'all don't buy it. I don't remember. And look, that's how little y'all purchased the Underground Dialogue. I don't even remember the site that the merch is sold on. But I'll get it for y'all. Yeah. We'll be in Austin on December the 13th, y'all. Everybody in Austin or in the area, anybody close by Austin, Texas, we will be in Austin, Texas 2 weeks from tomorrow. We will be in the great city of Austin, so y'all come out and hang out. Yeah. I see you, Demetrius. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is like I say, this is an open topic, so I'm only as good as y'all. So we'll see. We'll see how long I hang out with y'all tonight. Let's see what we got. There's something else I'm forgetting to tell y'all. Something else I'm forgetting to tell y'all. Hopefully it'll come. But subscribe to the Underground Dialogue podcast. Subscribe to the Legends 34 Sports podcast. Grab a new comic book, The Annihilation of the Evil Machine, and get ready for the new album. Pee Wee, aka Triple X. What's up, my brother? Good to see you, man. Always good to see one of the realest in the building. What's going on, family member? I see you, Tim, Colorado in the building. Yes, do you have a favorite comic? Nah, I'm not. I was never a comic enthusiast like that. I like comic books, but I wasn't the one that collected them and just was really over the top adamant with them, even when I was growing up. So I couldn't say what my favorite comic is. I appreciate, like, I got homies that got like authentic, classic comics. You know, my homie DJ Rec, who co-hosts the Legends 34, he's a comic book head, and he's showing me some stuff. He has some dope stuff, man. He orders comic books in bulk, so I definitely respect the CBC, the comic book culture. You know what I'm saying? I definitely respect that. Yeah. Yeah, I mess with Doctor Who. Yeah. I rock with Doctor Who. They be changing them up a lot. Connie, I see you sliding in the dough. Sliding in the dough. Connie is officially an OG on this channel. One of the regulars, one of the most supportive. Nothing but respect. And right behind her came the Phantom Face Final, another OG. Right behind him come Dollar Bill. Come on, man. We in this thing. So that's where we at. When the Dollar Bill shows up, right on time. Etheric says, my wife wants to know what's your favorite food. My favorite food is probably some form of grilled salmon, some type of salmon, preferably some grilled salmon, baked salmon, that's salmon. Probably my favorite food. Yeah. Yeah, some lemon on it, actual lemon squeeze on it, lemon pepper seasoning on it. But yeah, with some cool sides. Yeah, I would have to say that's the meal I eat pretty much a lot. Sat 1241, K-Rino, what method do you, are you saying do I use? What method do you use to memorize long raps? Um, there's a couple of ways. Repetition is probably the first method that's used, and that's pretty much for everybody. Whether it's intentional repetition, meaning that you're trying to memorize it, so you're playing it over and over and over and over again, or whether it's organic repetition, meaning that, okay, if the song is already recording, you just riding around listening to it. You know, you just riding around listening to it. But those are the main two ways. Those are the main two ways. Now, if by chance you're trying to memorize something, a rap that hasn't even been recorded yet, then that comes down to reciting it over and over again. So now there's a verbal repetition, a verbal repetitiveness that's being um, executed. And you verbally just recite it over and over and over and over again. And then uh, uh, you wean yourself off of the visual, off of the paper or the phone or however you got your rhyme laid out. Now, some people will say they create it in their head and they just do the same thing. They just put it together in their head. They repeat it. That's a process that I'm not keen on. That's not my strength. That's not my skill set. If that works for you, then great. Then that works for you. But even if I was to do it like that, I would still rather have a physical visual of the song or the verse or the rap or whatever it is on paper just for my records. I still like to be able to look at it, you know. I like the catalog. I like the library of songs, the physical library of songs that's been built up. You know, I don't want to just put it all together in my head and then, but that's how you memorize. But there are also uh, things that help to enhance memory, just like there are things that can take away from memory. Like do your best to not do your best to not ingest and take in substances that affect memory, like aluminum. Aluminum is one of the main contributors. Like when people start getting Alzheimer's and dementia and just memory loss, things of that nature. You want to look for organic herbs and organic things that enhance memory and and your brain awareness and things of that nature. That helps too, because sometimes even with the repetition process that I mentioned, if your brain ain't sharp at the time, if your brain is dull, it makes it a little more difficult, as opposed to if you're doing the right things, eating the right foods, refraining from certain things that makes your brain sharper. Because we've all been in that mode where we cramming to try to learn something for whatever purpose. You got to learn. Man, I got to learn this. And I got so many songs. People always, man, do you have all your songs memorized? I'm like, heck no. So it's harder, and if it's something you want to, you got to learn it. You got to learn it so you go over and over and over again. That's a great question, man. Best question of the night so far. Say, my older brother is in Houston suffering a severe condition called cowboy fandom-itis. Is there any remedy that you know of that can help? Yeah, he got to move back to Dallas, or move to Dallas to be quarantined among his own people. The problem is a lot of his people live out here. Yeah. I keep looking back because y'all know I'm watching that game. Yeah, we pray before we eat. Not that prayer will magically change the composition of the food or the properties of the food, because it won't. We just prayed that the food won't make us sick, that the food will be better for us than worse for us. And if you're eating something bad, pray that it don't make you sick, and pray that you can stop eating it. But we're thankful. We're thanking God for the food that we have, because there's so many other people that don't. Man, you finna go fishing for some salmon and everything? Ooh, that wild caught, man. Ain't nothing like it. Man King 1904. What's going on, homie? Dollar Bill says, when is the album coming out? Ooh, man, I got some stuff for y'all, boy. This is a dude named Dollar Bill that made some beats. It's Dollar Bill fault the album got pushed back. I'm sticking to that. But y'all gonna be glad it did get pushed back. Yeah. Michelle Woods, what's going on? Michelle said, happy Friday. And it's for real. It's really Friday. I'm really on here before midnight. Man, we should be celebrating that. Uh-oh. Hey, look, we need everybody in here to send a happy birthday shout out to Phantom Face's daughter. Says his youngest daughter's birthday. Everybody in here, man, send some birthday love. Happy birthday to the young queen, man. Y'all shout out, send Phantom Face's daughter some love. on her B-Day, man. That's a blessing. She finna break daddy pockets. She about to break daddy pockets. Yeah, man. Repetition is the mother of all learning. That's right. Because the thing is, we learn to memorize things. We memorize things before we even understand them. We're taught. You know, you learn your ABCs. You're singing that at 3 years old. A, B, D. You don't know why you're learning it. You don't know why you need it. But you memorize things and then you come into the understanding of what those things mean at some point. If you don't already know. Yep. Sat says, K-Rino, I've heard people criticize walking in the studio with nothing, then listening to a beat and punch in bar by bar, something on the spot. But then saw a clip of Nas doing it with Hit Boy in the studio. Look, I don't criticize nobody's recording process. This is my deal. You have nothing to prove when you're in the studio in terms of how you're putting the song together. It's not a competition or it's not some type of flex or bragging thing to show how dope you record the song. The objective is to bring out the best song. Once, however you do it, the result should be we got a dope song. So I don't care if you went in there and laid it line for line, or if you went in there and did a one take Jake. I don't care if you read it off the paper. I don't care if you memorize it in your head and spit it off the dome. I don't care if you freestyled it uh, on the way to the studio and recorded it and learned it and spit it and pieced it together. I don't care how you do it. Your process means nothing to me in terms of how I judge and critique the song. Because guess what? When you turn on your radio, when you purchase an album, you play your playlist, you go on YouTube, however you hear songs, the average fan, the average music listener, music lover, they don't give a crap about how you put the song together. Nobody listens to a dope song and they, that's hard. Ooh, that's a man. I love that song, man. Play that again. And then they go, hey, how did he record that? Did he do that all at one time or did he punch in? And the average fan don't even know what punch in means. Speaking for myself, I have songs where I can go straight through or go a good ways before I either stop on my own or I mess up as I'm recording. Because sometimes your tongue get tired. Sometimes you bite your lip. Sometimes you run out of air. You run out of breath while you're trying to rap it. See? So you stop. And then there are other times where, you know what? The degree of difficulty on this particular track is constructed in such a way that I have to keep the level high. So I might do 4 bars and stop, 2 bars and stop, 6 bar, 8 bar, 2 bars, 4 bars, however it got to get done. But when y'all hear it, it's going to be, oh, yeah, okay, cool. So when you got people who are trying to discredit a rapper's authenticity as a rapper or an MC because, oh, I saw a clip of him. He was punching in. Man, look, 99% of the rappers are punching in, or like you say, going bar for bar tonight. You are in the upper echelon. You are in the elite of the elite. If you have the ability on every single song to just go in there and just rattle it off unscathed in a studio session, you are God level almost. It's not about the process, it's about the end result. And that's what we go for. We go, see, the studio is that's the warehouse, that's the war room. That's where you craft it together. It's like if it was a car manufacturing plant. They in there, they putting the parts together. It's dirty in there. It's rusty. They got the thing ain't the frame ain't painted yet. You don't see that part. You don't see the dirty part. It's like somebody cooking some food. You at a restaurant. You ain't in the kitchen. You go in the kitchen, there's gonna be flour all over the place, grease and stuff popping, and the chef got on an apron. There's all kind of crap on that apron, but when they bring that plate out, that plate is pretty, and your food got the steam coming off of it. It's garnished and seasoned and hot, and that's all you care about. Yeah, man. Your process is your process. Everybody is different. If you take 10 of the greatest basketball players of all time and you show them not during practice, like Allen Iverson, not practice, but show them during their individual workouts when they just on their own doing their own individual workouts. Those workouts may have similar characteristics to each other, but it's going to be something that this guy does in his workout that the other guy don't do. Or this guy does this, he gets up this amount of shots. This guy may not do shots. He may just do running and leg work. I mean, but when you get on the court, that's all that matters. Same in a team construct. We practicing, we running these plays, and it's all about how it translates when it's real. Yeah. Oh, man. Let's say pork is okay as long as you say grace. Yeah, that's what they think, huh? Unfortunately, too many of us believe that. Yep, yep. PB says prayer is basically blessing the food that's prepared for the people. Listen to hands that cooked it. Yeah, praying that the person who cooked it ain't throw it off, that they didn't spit in it or nothing. Pray that their hands wasn't dirty. Pray that they had some integrity and character when they prepared your food. Things like that. Yeah. Appreciate the love, Light Shadow. Etheric says that audio optics makes people's jaw drop. Sending all the love to her, man. Marvin, what's up, Marvin? Shout out to my homie Marvin Stroud in the building, man. Blessings to you, brother. Appreciate the love, man, as always. You know, I just telling you that earlier, man. I appreciate you, brother. Straight up. I mean that. Yep, yep. Sat says sometimes at a fish market you can get salmon heads and tails for $1 or $2, and the heads actually do have some meat on them. I don't fool with heads and stuff like that. I'm not eating no fish heads. Mm-mm. Why eat the fish head and to try to see if I can find some meat on the head when I could just get the center cut or a tail piece that still is pretty solid. Yep, yep. L Dog said I traveled to the underground cave, knowing it's risky. And the builder of the bike was at least 160. He was a baby. Much love, Connie. Do your thing. Dollar Bill said all my ingredients be all over the place, but once I get it all in that pot, gumbo. And that's what I'm saying. Bro, if y'all could see the floor of this room that I'm in, and I think I may have let y'all in on that before. Y'all just see me in this box. If y'all could see the floor, it's just paper scattered everywhere. Cause that's my creative process. When I'm putting the album together, there are literally pages everywhere, just all over. Just it's a controlled chaos. It's organized confusion. All these papers that are just scattered all around. The album is on the floor right now. And all those pages are going to eventually find their place where they need to be. That's the beauty of it, man. Controlled chaos. Until the chaos is no longer chaos. Yep. Floyd the Real, I see you. Floyd says, because you want good magic on your food. I don't want no magic. Sat says, did you hear LL Cool J's last album? Some of it was good. Had Q-tip. Yeah. I liked it. I had a homie who's a big LL fan. He hated it. And I was like, nah, it ain't that bad. Because what happens is when one producer produces an entire project, that producer has to be versatile enough to where when people listen to the album, they don't have the thought that all this stuff sounds the same. Because, and that's a challenge to producers, because most great producers have an individual sound. So you can listen to certain beats and say, oh man, that's a such and such track right there. Oh yeah, such and such did that. Oh, that sound like this track or that track, a person that you're naming the producers. So that's a good thing if you have an identifiable style as a producer that the audience recognizes, but it's also a balance that that producer has to have too. Like that, if they do a whole entire project for an artist with track 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 11, 13, 14, you got to be able to dip in and out, and okay, this one is this one is that, this one is that. Use different instruments in your production. So okay, because that's just human nature. Even when I produced, there were certain drum kits that I leaned towards, like, oh, I like the way that kick hit, I like the way that snare sound. So you find yourself using that particular snare a lot, that particular kick a lot, that particular bass line a lot. So when my homie was like, man, why did he let Q-Tip do the whole album? And I was like, well, I don't know what their reasoning might have been. It may have just been some collab, just something that, or LL was digging the stuff Q-Tip was popping out to him. I didn't have an issue with that. Like I say, because y'all know me, my first love is going to be the vocals anyway. As a listener, I'm listening. If it's a rapper like LL Cool J, LL Cool J is a real rapper, one of the greats to ever do it. So if a new LL comes out, I'm locked in on what he getting ready to say first. Not to say I don't want the beats to be jamming. Yeah, I want to hear some hard beats. LL have always had dope production. But me as a rapper, as a lyricist, I can get past production if somebody on there spitting some ball. I don't even hear the beat no more. I'm like, oh, that boy, that killing. But for other people, that whole package has to be balanced for them. So I like the album. We debated about it. Then when Will Smith's album came out, we debated about that because I liked Will Smith's album. I was like, man, I like it. I like the album. But like I say, but for a lot of people, production has to be there, and I don't knock that, but that's just not the end all be all for me. I'm not gonna dismiss a song because the beat, just for example, the beat comes on. Okay, you press play, and now this song comes on, and the beat comes on before he's even rapping. So the beat been playing for 8 bars. It's just whatever the beat is, and you're like, you're thinking in your mind, I ain't really feeling this beat. For some people, they check out. I'm done. I don't care what he's saying. I don't care what he's saying. I'm out. I don't like the song already because the beat didn't grab me. Not for me. I'm waiting. I may be thinking, yeah, that beat, yeah. But if he come in and he starts snapping, I'm gonna be like, okay, wait a minute now. Because that's what my love is. That's my first love. My first love is the lyrics, man. But I don't knock nobody's preferences. It is what it is. Phantom Face says, if your food wasn't made with love, it probably isn't that good to begin with, like the type of people that cook from the living room. And you just posed a really, really important point, because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he said some years ago, he talked about how there's, and I'm paraphrasing it, there's an energy that goes into the preparation of your meals. So he was saying, don't let your wife cook for you when she's angry with you, because the spirit in which somebody's preparing your food is very important. So when you say cooking with love, like that, the extra energy and the extra care and the willingness and wanting to really, really give you the best meal in that moment. Those things happen to say you meet this new woman and y'all are really feeling each other. Y'all vibing, y'all been talking a month or so, and she cooks for you, and she's in her bag. She at her best in that moment. Because she's like, I'm gonna impress this, I'm gonna show this dude my skills. She's doing everything, and that love and that energy is just coming out. But boy, she mad. Might not put that same spirit into your meal. We don't know how closely connected we are from the physical into the spiritual. Open topic, y'all. Yeah. Would you eat a slice of pecan pie? No. Exactly. You just said it. Donald Elijah Muhammad, no nuts. And I never liked pecan pie back when I did eat peanuts and pecan. I liked pecans back in the days, but I didn't like pecan pie. So no. Pee Wee, I appreciate the love, brother. You already know. JD, I see you. Michelle says, my kitchen wall to wall with herbs. Woo. I know you got some good stuff in there. Alex Aranya 9790 said in the interview, K-Rino, if K-Rino want to do a song every day, then I'm gonna make a song every day. Could you see if we could get a K-Rino Zero album? It could happen one day. It could happen one day, man. Zero is I like any opportunity to be able to speak about that brother, because he's a genius, man. Ain't no two ways about it, man. I don't know if he would consider himself a genius. Now, don't get me wrong. Ro know he a bad boy. He know it. But I wonder if he ever have just considered his degree of genius that he possesses, that he's blessed with. I wonder if he's ever considered that. Because he's absolutely that. Lester said, Control Confusion would make a good song title. Like some deeper elevation. Yeah. Floyd said, a theme without sounding the same. Yeah, that's the key. That's why The Chronic was so dope. And other albums that have come, you know, guys like Dre, Premier, who else? Name some producers. Dollar Bill, you know, my homie Tragic. He in that category. I ain't just talking because these people I work with. Dope E was definitely in that category. But producers who could do an entire album and stuff is totally different. Because you can actually still have hints of that producer's sound in every song, but it's not the same. That's why I say it's a balance between, okay, you have a style and a sound that's recognizable as a producer, but we know that's your work. It's like Public Enemy. Public Enemy's production crew was called, was it the Bomb Squad? That was Public Enemy, right? Where my old head's at. Public Enemy, when they had Hank Shockley and those brothers producing, that was the Bomb Squad, if I'm correct, right? Public Enemy's music had a particular sound where you knew, oh, that's Public Enemy. But it didn't sound alike. And y'all know where I'm going. It's a fine line. It's actually genius. Because we could play Rebel without a pause. We could play Don't Believe the Hype. We could play Welcome to the Terror Dome. We could play Night of the Living Bassheads. We could play Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos. All this production done by the same production crew, but all these songs vary in personality. That's when you're dope. Yeah. K-Rino, some people look down on people who use the Rhyme Zone website to look up rhyme words, but I've never heard of that. I don't even know what, I didn't even know that such a website existed called Rhyme Zone. You know, you said to look up rhyme words, but I don't have a problem about it. I don't have a problem with it either. See, this is the thing. The words are ingredients to the meal, right? So if I say, man, I'm getting ready to cook this dish, and I'm in the grocery store, man, I need to get some basil. I need to get some rosemary. I need to get some, you're gathering ingredients. You still got to know how to put those ingredients together to make the meal taste good. So that goes back to what I was saying a while back about we were having a conversation about rappers who like to use big words when they rap. You want to show off vocabulary. And the conversation was like, okay, that's cool, but big words mean nothing if it's not making sense how you put it together. You just saying some stuff. The oliptonism has been, but it don't make sense. It doesn't align. So if a rapper is trying to come up with words to rhyme with this, that back in the days, they used to have physical books called rhyming dictionaries. People here are old enough to know about the rhyming dictionary. I owned the rhyming dictionary only one time in my life. And that's because I had always been hearing about rhyming dictionaries. And I was like, this my early days of rap, like, rhyming dictionary. So I had to get one. But when I got the rhyming dictionary, I found myself not using it that much. I only used it to, if there's a word that I thought was a word, I might say, man, is that a real word? And I would do that with the thesaurus, I would do that with the dictionary, and I would do that with the rhyming dictionary from time to time. Or sometimes you might say, what does rhyme with Alaskanate? Oh, procrastinate. You might just find a word, but I didn't use it a lot. But I'm not mad if somebody got to try, because you still got to write the rhyme. You still got to put it together. So we can give you all the words. I can say, okay, you ain't got to use, here's all, it's a puzzle. When you buy a jigsaw puzzle, all of those pieces are in the box. 500 pieces, 1,000 pieces. The pieces are in that box. You still got to put that bad boy together. You got to figure out how to put together. So I ain't mad at nobody who goes on the website, the Rhyme Zone website. You can still got to put it together. Make it work. When you make it work, that's impressive. People got this thing. Everything is. They view it as a cheating or a shortcut. Now, if you letting some AI write a song for you and all, you cheating. It's a difference. Dollar Bill said, I try to make beats that cover a wide range and sound different in those ranges, especially if I'm producing a whole album for an artist. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Versatility leads to longevity, and it leads to being prolific, because when you can go in different directions, now you can appeal to different types of artists. So somebody hears some of Dollar Bill music and say, yeah, man, I see you doing your rap thing, man. Hey, can you make me some Zydeco? I'm a Zydeco rapper. He said, oh yeah, I can do Zydeco. Well, man, I don't rap at all, bro. I sing. You do R&B? Yeah, I can do R&B. Now you have more opportunities to get work because you're more versatile. You're not just in that one box, that one little pocket. Boss Lady says, have you listened to any of the new Lil Flip music? No, I haven't. I'm gonna have to check it out. The new one dropped. How do I feel about Scarface? Oh my gosh, where do I begin? Face is where we from. See, we from Houston, Texas, man, and anywhere in the South, really, but in Houston, Texas, where we from, Face is the what's the best word that I could use? He is the catalyst for any ounce of attention that was ever given to our city and our region. He is the one responsible, the foundational piece responsible for opening the door for a spotlight to be shined on our city and our region, for people to say, well, man, maybe there is talent down there. Loved by all regions, loved by everybody in the world. Everybody loved Face. And through all that, he's still underrated. Can't say enough about him. Can't say enough good things about Scarface. He's the one that made it possible for anybody to come through on a mainstream level. He's the one, because anybody that came after him, it's going to be, oh, Houston, oh, Scarface, oh, Ghetto Boys. That's just the reality. Uh-oh, am I lost? Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with a rhyming dictionary or things that sometimes, man, It's all about enhancing your database. If things like that enhance your database, we always hear the stories about Malcolm X memorizing the dictionary. Why was he memorizing the dictionary? He was memorizing the dictionary in part to gain a degree of mastery over the English language, because he understood that there was a time was going to come where he was going to be in positions to speak on certain things. He would be debating scholars of this world. And to be able to master the vocabulary, to master the language, to not be at a loss of words and an understanding of those words gives you an advantage in conversation, mixed in with the knowledge. Because it ain't about just the information. It's not about just the tools. You got to know how to use the tools effectively and efficiently in a way that maxes out the result that you're trying to get. I call Bun B the ambassador. Face is an ambassador too, though. Okay, I see a few of y'all and made some more comments. Let me see. All right, let me catch up with y'all. Michelle say, seriously, the entire Amazon rainforest is in here. And the bathroom is wall to wall essential oils. I know that's right. Etheric says love is the number one ingredient in life. Oh no, we ain't talking about the mojo pasta. Michelle said that's the true energy is in the food, herbs, and preparation. Boss lady said all about the lyrics for me. Oh yeah, yeah. You already know Dollar Bill. If me and Ro ever do something, I'm throw you that alley oop. Murder One and Victor Slick doing a project, man. I told him, I said, let me holler at Dollar Bill and see if he want to throw something on there. Antonio says, yo, Reno, get to go back in my eyes again. Need them ancestors. Appreciate the love, Phantom Face. You said, Antonio, you having eye surgery? Lester says Tupac said he liked multiple producers on one album to add. Yeah, I mean, that's cool too. I do too. You gonna always see three or four, and for the past few years, it's the same. I use the same guys. Yeah, but you still, it's still guys out there who, if push came, if push, and I ain't saying because Dollar Bill in the room, but if push came to shove, I could do a 15 song album with Dollar Bill and he do all the beats. I could do that because I know he gonna be all over the place. Some producers, it's like, okay, you know what, this dude is dope, but I can only get 3 from him. I can only get 2 from him. And I told the same thing to Tragic. I say, bro, you versatile to where I can do whole projects with you. I got 2 full albums with Tragic. Because he's prolific in his beat making, like Dollar Bill. They don't send me 3 tracks. They send waves of stuff. That's why I say it's Dollar Bill fault that the album is late. Yeah, doing beats is like drinking water. for these cats. Much love, Alex. Yeah, the words are ingredients, but you still got to put it together. I can come to your house right now and put some salmon, some brown rice, I can put all kind of stuff on that counter and say, okay, if you don't know how to put that together, some people can do more with less. You ever been in a situation where you at somebody's house and it's like, oh, you could be at your own house and you looking like, and there really ain't nothing in here to really eat. Nothing in here I want. And somebody can go in that kitchen and whip up something like, that was in there? All that was in there? Man. Because they know how to make more out of less. Then you got other people who will make less out of more. They'll have everything they need, and by the time they put it together, it's underwhelming. I don't know if I ever told y'all about the story. Long time ago, me and Gangsta Nip, I don't remember how we ended up at these cats' studio, but somehow me and Nip ended up at the studio. This back in the 90s. And we get to the studio, I guess they invited us, whatever. We get to the studio, these dudes got like top of the line equipment. I mean, this stuff was like big mixing board, speakers, it's laid out. They got all the up-to-date keyboards and everything laid out. The studio just wired up. It's amazing. So me and Nip in there like, wow, we in there like, wow, this is dope. Like, we make, and we ended up making a song over there. We made a little song over there. And the quality of the song was so below average. And it didn't have anything to do with the equipment. It had to do with the engineers who was working the equipment, who had all this top of the line stuff and didn't know how to make it sound good. And me and Nip was like, we listening to the tape on the way, but like, this sounds like trash. Meanwhile, we could go back in the days, we could go to the Dope E's house, and he had a setup in the back room with a double cassette player, a keyboard about that long, a Gray Alicia's drum machine. And it sounded like we recorded it at a studio because he understood sound and how to get the sound and make it sound right even with just what he had. So it ain't what you got, it's how you use it. Antonio said, I mess up when I use rhyme words on the internet. I'm better with my own brain. Yeah, it has to be a fusion. I'm always start and begin with my own organic mind. But like I said, if I got to look up a word, see, sometimes a word will come in my head and it'll sound like that's really a word. Like, man, that sounds good. Is that really a word? So I'll look it up to see if that's a real word, and sometimes it is. But there's been other times it wasn't. I'm like, man, where'd I come up with that from? But it's not a word. I'll be tempted to say it anyway. I'll make up a word then if that's the case. Phantom Face says no need for a rhyme if you don't have the definition or proper pronunciation. Yeah. I have been known to say a word differently just to make it rhyme, though. I have done that before. I'll say a word differently, even though that's not the real pronunciation, just to make it rhyme. You take creative liberties. It's all right to take creative liberties from time to time. It's all right. Sat says the one thing with Rhyme Zone is we'll list like 100 words that are rhyme words or near rhyme words. No one can remember all of them. So just looking at that list gives you a lot of ideas. I mean, yeah, I get it. I understand. Let's just say Stephen A. Smith rappers. Yeah. Original Boss Lady, Brian Michael Cox. Brian Michael Cox. Who was it? The astrophysicist? Are we talking about somebody else? All right. Etymology, Prince. The study of words. The origin of words. Look at DJ Alyssa come sliding in the room. Didn't get a notification. Boy, YouTube be doing me bad, Alyssa. Connie is back, y'all. Christos Demetrios said Supernatural said he uses a rhyming dictionary sometimes for his incredible freestyles. I've never seen him mess up once. Man, look, again, it goes back to what we were saying with the studio recording process. All people care about is the result. And as long as it's created from your mind, you ain't, like I said, you're not using AI to cheat and just create you a verse that you didn't write or come up with at all. Whatever your method is, your ingredients that you have to use, your tools that you have to use, I don't take no issue with that because that still is going to require some type of skill, like I said, to fuse it together and make it make sense. Uh-oh. I'm coming, y'all. Every comment that I haven't read, trust me, I'm coming. I just get behind sometimes. Yeah. Boss Lady says once you take on people that use AI to help them craft a song by presenting their own ideas, concepts, and AI just lays it off of them. Yeah, I mean that's cheating the game to me. And I'm talking about rappers. I can't speak for producers. I can't speak for whatever. Just for me, that I couldn't look myself all the way in the mirror. I come from a different era. I come from an era where biting was like sacrilege. I would feel like I'm biting from an unseen digital entity. Best local agent is in the building. Oh, okay, cool. All right, Dollar Bill. Yeah, because I did tell him that I was going to get at you. So if he got at you, cool. Let's just say Dollar Bill got range. Yeah, Dollar Bill got Range like Stephen Dane. Yeah. Yeah. Alyssa said, how come you don't get more beats from Muhammad 2G? We talked a couple of months back about getting some stuff done. You know, that's my family there, so that won't be hard. We did have this conversation though. Sat says, when you make an album, do you ever think if I write one or two raps with a very catchy hook that is slightly more commercial, this could sell the whole album? Uh, in this day and age, that's really not. That was a formula that was popular back in the days when people were kind of radio was um, I won't say a possibility. I guess it was more of a possibility than it is now. You know, I don't like to try to write singles, if you feel what I'm saying. I think songs need to just be just natural, you know, a natural song. Now, don't get me wrong, certain beats can come to you and it will sound like, okay, yeah, that could win in the club, or it'll sound like, yeah, that'll be dope for the radio if I put a simple hook on it. I mean, you think about stuff like that, but for me, the song that may seem like to everybody else that just go, oh man, that's gonna kill it, that'll kill in the clubs. You ought to just make a nice little hook. I'm a little different. I'll mess the whole thing up because I'll start spitting some bars on it, and all of a sudden it's like I done took it in a whole other direction. I'm not a good example, but I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. You're basically saying, K, why don't you dumb it down and make a hit record? Michelle says music healing energy. Fifth Symphony Beethoven, they said it helps the cells in cancer. My spring water jumps up to a certain music. Wow. Yeah, it's power and energy in music. God don't waste nothing. Everything has a purpose and can be beneficial to us if used in its proper way. Okay, yeah. I felt like I had told that story before about the studio. Best local agent says Seiko Speed is sacrificing Swiss quality. The artistic method is the cost of velocity. We are building clocks, not heirlooms. What is the consequence of prioritizing volume over method? The cost of prioritizing volume over method, in my opinion, is the oversaturating of the market with mid product. See, it's like if you equate it to food, you got good quality, top brand, not these days, but maybe better go back 100 and some years ago, maybe, where the food quality, the ingredients were all natural and they, but it may have taken a little longer. The process may have been a little more tedious, but the quality of the product was going to be great. Then when somebody got the idea to say, hey, man, we can make something that's similar to it, tastes just like it. We can cut costs by using cheaper products to put it together, and we can do it faster, and we can get more of it out, sell it for the same price, and make more money, and it's more of it out. See, that's the same thing. So the consequence is the quality that the people are receiving. So the quality of music is like just down, regardless if it's a lot of it coming out. Now the people become numb and desensitized even to good quality music, because it may not even make it to the people because they in such a rejection mode. Like, man, I don't want it, bro. I don't want it no more. Now, I don't care about your new album, man, bro, because 90 other cats done shot the new album to him, and it was mid at best. So any artist, I'm gonna tell them, look, man, if you happen to be a fast worker that still is able to produce quality at a high rate of speed, then that's cool, because that's me. But if you got to take your time, some people like, man, I got to take my time. It might take me 2 years to put this album together. But when it comes out, it's going to be good. Cool. We just want it to be good. I could put out an album a month if I just want to throw some stuff out there. But just know, if I did an album a month, it's going to be quality. I would never cheat y'all, bro. That's a great question, local agent. Yeah. It's a lot of times I made up a word in my mind that I thought I made up a word, and I looked it up and it was a real word. I was like, oh, that's a word. Okay, cool. I like, cool. Hustle hard, bro. Said K-Rino, out of curiosity, how would you have approached disaster if you were in Cannabis's position with disaster screaming and stuff? I would just like to know how your cadence would be. My cadence is not would not, put it like this. My cadence would not be the typical battle rap cadence. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you watch the battle raps, there's a certain cadence, there's a certain way that they spit that is actually similar. Like, most of the battle, they kind of had that same, and I understand the reason why, because you kind of more doing your acapella. It's more, you're doing like an acapella, almost spoken word style, because you're trying to get those bars across. You got to relay those bars, so you can't just be going too fast, and the bars got to land. The punchlines got to land. So I understand why it's done. That I would rap my rap style, but I would still deliver it in a way that, okay, the people are gonna hear what I'm saying, and that so the lines can land, the punches can land. Now, as far as how I would have approached him, I can't say, because I would have had to study. You know, it's like a boxing match. You got to study, get film on your opponent. You got to see, and then you come up with a game plan to see, okay, this is how I'm gonna go at this guy. But it would still be under the umbrella of me being me and doing it the way I do it, But it would just be more, of course, directly centered and focused at the opponent. Like, okay, everything I'm saying, there's nothing in general right now. Like when I spit my bars, like I tell y'all all the time, if I don't say a name, I ain't talking about nobody in particular. Or I might just be saying some other stuff, what I'm saying? Just in general, just spitting some stuff in general. But in a battle, of course, you have a target. You have an opponent, I always credited those battle rappers, I still do to this day, because of what we were talking about earlier when somebody asked me about the memorization process. because them cats memorizing 7-8 minute long raps. That's a man. That's a blessing. That's a skill right there, bro. Because that's a lot. I give them props for that. Yeah. That's another good question, man. Dollar Bill said, "Who are the producers of the new album besides myself?" You already know. Come on, you know you got Scumbag, you got Tragic, you got South Beats. Same people. South Beats, Supreme Tracks. That's it. That's been my starting lineup for I don't know how long. That's my starting lineup. Yeah. Because at this point, all of y'all know what I'm gonna like. See, Dollar Bill be knowing. Dollar Bill probably be somewhere making a beat. Like, yeah, watch when I send him this one, he gonna flip out when I send him this one. And he be right. L Dog says CDs are rare commodities. I'm ending rivalries by squashing so-called MC prodigies. I thought that was a real phrase. It's probably like, okay, yeah, okay. Bars. I know L Dog bringing them bars. K-Rino bars, y'all. Yeah. I can't think of no real hard word to rhyme off the top of the dome. I'll try to think of something maybe next time. Hey, man, whatever they got to do, man. Yep. Boss lady says quality over quantity. Best local says memorized and off the dome, totally different freestyle styles. Mm-hmm. What's up, Vincent? I see you. Yeah. All right, man. Let's come full circle real quick. We're gonna come full circle real quick. South Park Coalition will be in Austin, Texas, December the 13th at Flamingo Cantina. Oh, I guess I could put the address. Austin, Texas. Y'all come see us. The Annihilation of Evil Machine comic book is available to order right now. Y'all make sure y'all go get that. And the Underground Dialogue Podcast newest episode is up right now. Y'all make sure you go watch the Lester Roy episode. Y'all gonna really be entertained by that one. At least I think you will. Yeah. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? Y'all drop y'all locations. What was sold out last night? I'm sorry. What was sold out? The comic book sold out, Dollar Bill? Drop y'all locations, man. Let me shout y'all out. Lester is in Show Low, Arizona. Appreciate that, Connie. Big 50 mixtape. Big 50. The rapper Big 50. Best local is in Worcester, Massachusetts. I think I'm saying that right. The most censored DJ, Denver Harbor, H-Town. Vincent is in Hawaii. Mythical 444 is in the door. Funky Town. Phantom Face is up in this 614. 614 up in this piece. Connie is in San Diego. Cedars in Dallas, Georgia. L Dog said the earth is the turf. Sat 1241, New York City. You a native New Yorker. Okay, Big 50, yeah, okay. Dollar Bill says shirts for the Annihilation Evil Machine will be the best of quality. Okay, that's what's up. I need it. He said the comic book is not sold out. So y'all go back on there. Go back and place your order. I don't know what made us say that. Is that Sean Eddins? Sean Eddins, 303, Denver, Colorado. What's up, Sean? Y'all know we love Denver. Sat says hard word to rhyme is bulb. You can make it rhyme. It may not be what they call a perfect rhyme, but you can make it rhyme. Lester say, I got that green. Hustle hard, bro. If you don't want to mind, I'll force you. I won't drag you across the ground. I'll drag the ground across you. Come on now. That's right. Cryptic B is in South Africa. Respect, man. Yep. Yeah, this comic book is limited, man. Y'all dragging y'all feet. When it's gone, it's gone. Okay. He probably was hanging around us at Electric City back in the day. Shout out to Big 50. All right, y'all. Time to get back to work. I might hit y'all with another live before the weekend is over with. I appreciate y'all. Love, peace, and hair grease.